Hello. Hello. Good morning, all. Welcome to today's session. Today is the last session, and that too, the last option what we are having to migrate Azure, and one requirement is like okay, so you want to migrate to database, but you want to maintain one copy in Azure in your on-prem services. In that case, okay, replication will not work. Okay, replication is like one-way directional. If you want that, if you are having that kind of requirement, then data sync is the one of the best option what we are having currently. Okay, so to to go with that, I will go with the overview. What is data sync? How? Uh, Data sync is like one of the Azure service which allows you to synchronize the data across multiple Azure SQL databases and as well as on-prem SQL databases. It will work with hub and spoke model. Hub and spoke model means what? Like we have one main device two, we have one distribution in middle, we have one database, and from that data one, I mean, center point is like one device should act as a main central point. One that device will gone, entire will I mean entire structure will get disturbed. So here this is hub database. From here we have transferring the data to multiple devices. This is how data sync works in the topology. Okay, I mean like same what is the we have very much similarities to the replication and the data sync. How it is going to work replication the same way, like it will go, it will track the changes by using triggers. The same thing it will how it will work. Okay, here. Okay, what are the basic prerequisites that we need to have to go with the error the configuration of error-free data sync is you need to enable in our mission. In our mission, we need to enable 21433 firewall for data sync client agent. We will see what is data sync client agent. Okay, how we need to install it, and we need to add our public whitelist. I mean, just like how we used to connect, set we need to set allow to Azure access to on. Why? Because to get initial sync, this is the first option. Later on, you can disable it and you can use private endpoint if you are more concerned about security. So we need primary key. So what is the basic transaction replication? Primary key, right? Here also we required primary key for every table if you want to participate them in data sync. So what are the current limitations that we are having for the data sync future is data sync is only for Azure SQL database, not for the managed instance, and it will support only Azure Active Directory, sorry, SQL authentication only. It doesn't support like direct Azure Active Directory authentication or any other authentications. And for example, like in on-prem you are using Express Edition. If you want to configure, it doesn't support it. Okay, like data sync having support two tables. Like for example, there is a scheme, there is two tables like arsha.dbo, arsha.arsha. So if we have these kind of tables in your environment in database, then it won't support it. Now, schema changes are not automatically sync. What is mean by that is for example, you are having a table. In one table, like name is equal to something, and you want to rename something like names as something else. Okay, or you want to change the data type from currently there is a work at 10 and you want to increase to 20. So if you have done any changes to your table structure, that will not reflect to the member server, to the other server, to other subscribers. Okay. So what the Microsoft has given is like we need to manually initiate the schema changes, or if not, we have a DDL triggers using that. triggers we can configure that. But I don't recommend that. But why? Because while working on data sync, like we should have full control what we are doing and everything, right? So that's the reason I always recommend you to go with the manual only. So whenever we destination, a new column is created and dropped in metasync group, and also need to refresh the schema. So after schema changes, we will enable this change to the members manually. But how we need to inform to the metadatabase? So we need to refresh the schema. I will show you that. So check data types are supported or not by the data sync. Data types, I mean, if you have these kind of databases, it is not supported by the data sync. A table participating they cannot have identity column. That's not a primary key. It means what? You are creating a table that is a identity column and as well as a primary column. Then it is supported. In other scenario, you are having a table that is a identity column and primary is another column. So in that case, it won't support. It won't support data sync. So these like date and times, exist tickets. So these are the how many maximum table one sync group. These are the maximum limitations. Okay. Like these are things. Data sync cannot be generated, system generated. Okay. Like for example, system generated or it means what? Like you are having a one table like a salary column. Like you want to see the I mean to say like now for two every month salary is 1 lakh rupees and you want to see for 12 months, what you will do, you will generate one new column, right? So you will fetch that into two, so it will generated by the on runtime, right? That kind of columns we cannot put into data sync. So this is like this is Azure SQL database. This is on-prem SQL server. You can configure bidirectional or you can configure unidirectional. But the main database should be Azure SQL database only. Okay, the other database should be member or Azure or on-prem SQL server. I will show you how to configure. Okay. Meanwhile, I will go to this database. Let's see how many database. I am not having any database. So meanwhile, yesterday we have discussed the PPT, right? I will show you that PPT. Guys, for example, if you in your company, you for every Tuesday or for every 1 month, someone, your manager will ask you to give some technical sessions. For the technical session, you can use this document. You just remove this my name and you can put on, you can give your own effects. Okay. Just now we have discussed. Okay, this is a bidirectional. Now this we will see this screenshot. Not required. Okay. Now see what I will do here. Here in the on-prem, we are calling it as a replication. The same topology what we are calling as a Azure Data Sync. Here we are calling it as publisher, distributor, subscriber. There we are calling it as a hub database, sync metadatabase, member database. Here we it required primary key. There also require a primary key. Here we calling it as transaction replication. There we are calling as a unidirectional replication. Here we calling it as a peer-to-peer replication. There we are calling it as a bidirectional replication. Here we have a replication monitor. There we have a portal itself. We have logic is there. We will see what are the changes that happening in the right now in the data sync. So if you go with the replication monitor, this is how the replication monitor looks like. So hub, member, sync database, just like publisher, distributor and member database. These are the primary basic primary prerequisites. Set all table must have primary key. Set allow Azure access to yes. So how it works? Tracking data changes, synchronizing data changes, and resolving conflicts. So first it will track the changes by using insert, update, delete triggers. These changes are going to be tracked and going to put in the distribution databases from hub to meta database. Those meta databases will be transferred to member servers. if any conflict will occur, okay, so sometimes you we at the same time member is inserting one is equal to Arsha, and subscriber is inserting one is equal to somebody else. So who win, we will select that. Either if you want hub wins, you can select the values which are entering by the hub only will get override by I mean will get override. Okay, we will see this option in the portal while configuring data sync itself. We will get that. So this is the like hub model. Okay, it's not like if this goes down, any one of these like become like a data center, it will not work like that. Okay, we have seen this. Okay, and coming to limitations, yeah, that way think. So here ID column is having a primary key and identity column. This kind of tables will be supported. For example, this is the primary key and this column is the identity key. So if we have these kind of tables, we don't get that kind of that kind of tables supported by the data sync. We will see the max. How many tables we can have one group? 30. How many sync groups can we add in single databases? 5. What are the maximum characters that support by table and schema columns? 50. How many tables can we have one sync group? 500. How many columns be there in one table? Like 1000. How many? What is the maximum row size it syncs? 24 MB. Okay, these are the maximum limitations. If you want to configure, for example, your database is having more than 500 tables, then it won't support us. For that we have one more technique, using that technique we have to configure data sync. So make sure that you are not falling under this boundary. Even though you are falling on this boundary, and I will show you. What is the minimum latency is 5 minutes. For example, uh, you have inserted data in publisher or member server, it will reflect it within 5 minutes or more than after 5 minutes. Okay, that is the minimum latency. Like CX means here customer in Microsoft, like generally people call it as a like CX. Okay, why customer is unable to see the portal in sync group? Why one of the customer is not seeing any tables? So why, what's the reason means? This is the if we have this kind of table names, okay, if you have this kind of tables name like star bracket, close bracket, okay, then these tables are not visible, and the entire table, what are the tables that are there like dbo students, entire table will not get visible. These keyword, these star, square bracket, these are like prohibited by the data sync. Okay, not supported. So what I need to do, I need to rename those tables. Then only then only I can configure the data sync and I am able to see the tables. Why the tables are not loading and CX is having only 4 tables, and here what could be the reasons? So here customer is trying to sync the tables, but he is not unable to see. What could be the reason? First, initial sync. If while he was trying to configure initial sync, it will take time, and meanwhile we need to set this allow Azure access to yes only. It should be yes. Okay, by default if you should do no, like it will not work. If the DB has unsupported tables, then it will not support. We have seen. If we give the hub password wrong, then it will get with the below messages. So here I already told you why this table has been grayed out. Here you can see the table without primary keys are not supported. If you see any tables that has been grayed out, it means that the table is not having a primary key. Okay, so whenever you created a data sync, okay, you will created these tables are get created by the data sync itself. Okay, and one more table it is going to create on the table name. Okay, I'm created a data sync on students table, right? So now it is saying data sync dot students dot and DSS tracking. If you create this on this name, it will create datasync dot Lakshmi dot underscore DSS tracking. If you delete any tables on this, so data entire data sync will get fail. So we need to take care of that these tables, that we should not able to delete that. One of the sync group came from grayed out. Okay, so this like sync group have, we are this option is right, sync group. Okay, we it has came from grayed out. Okay, what could be the reason is it will take time, okay, to initial sync, I mean once the sync completed, then only it will came out. See, we have two tables, city and author. City is referring, city is a primary key column to author, and in the author column we have one more primary key that is referring to the city column. If we are having this kind of circular references in table, then it won't support us. This kind of future will falls under product limitation. So why we are unable to select this database and it is grayed out? It means we have only one sync group per region within subscription. So if we SQL server is from another region, then we won't get option to select the sync meta database. Sync group got messed up. One of the customer has configured 50 sync groups in region but accidentally deletes one of the table from sync database. Then what would happen? So entire sync group we have to delete, and entire sync group entire data sync has to be configured. See, this much of like is it easy to configure, but anything goes wrong, it is very build like very tough to create to correct it. Okay, entire we need to build again. If you touch any tables, customer wants to data configure data sync from Oracle. No, it is currently don't support for the Oracles. Customer on 32 databases in one sync. So I told you that, right? Even though at the time currently supported for 30 databases, but customer is having premier with enterprise agreement. So who are having this much of Azure rights, Azure subscription rights, okay, or some agreements with Microsoft, and what the billing they are doing. So we can raise the internal ticket, and with that information we should not mention to the customer. Internally we will discuss, the service engineer and the Microsoft people will discuss, and they will let us know, okay, this guy is having premier with enterprise agreement. Okay, we can give some relaxation to this guy. Okay, so we can rise and we can override the product limitation as well on this 30 databases. Okay, once we got the information, then only we have to inform to the uh, to the customer. Okay, so basically how much money you are giving to the Microsoft, then only they will respond. Even though you are fall anything, like it is like relaxing to some extent, Microsoft will say, okay, we are getting this much of business from this fellow. Okay, so if we go out, so we will lose this money, right? So he will support it. So we will see these are like Microsoft related. So how to troubleshoot? Troubleshoot is like first of all, before troubleshooting that, we need to know our environment. What is hub database? Where is the region? Service tier? What is the data center trend? Okay, like I mean to say, like either data center is down, or like is there any issues with the like the data center side, and the region side is what like is the database participated in, like it's a way of troubleshooting things. Okay, so you for example, if you want to remove one table, okay, this script will help you. This script will generate this drop statements from Azure data sync without messing the sync group. Okay, we have one cleanup script. Nobody, as of now, nobody will tell you that there is a one script is there that to clean up entire data sync once we don't require data sync. So this is the Kusto query. Okay, these Kusto queries will not have an access for us. It is only for the Microsoft support engineers only. Okay, so this Kusto query, if you want to use this Kusto queries, I just showed you the log analytics. We need to enable log analytics. Okay, for in auditing. Okay, now, uh, yep, this is done. This is done. Okay, so we will get this kind of errors. Okay, like we need to make sure that our SQL server have sufficient login. Okay, to the SQL to log in into the SQL server. Okay, okay. So these are, if you get these kind of errors, it is like intermittent errors. So after some time, the errors will get resolved. If we don't for by the example, data sync is a free, but the data which you go in and out is free, is cost. It means what? Gun is free, bullet is cost. Then what is the point of having gun with me? Means you just have gun and have fun without bullets. That is a Microsoft strategy. Okay, so you are not doing any change. Okay, there is no data. If within 45 days, if in 45 days, okay, if you don't done any transaction, the data sync will came out from sync. Again, you need to configure sync. And if one change is not continuously trying to fail over to another, but it is not at all failing back to the it been trying like one record to go to the subscribers, but is not at all. In 45 days it will sync, so the sync group will came out of date in two scenarios. In that case we need to in this case we need to do the transaction. In this case we need to make sure that change has to be replicated, otherwise we need to configure again. One of the issue is he is unable to see the changes. What happened after investigation? We observed that customer has changed his policy as his organization, but he has given that username password to the sync agent, but he forgot that to give that latest update. That's the reason the changes are not happening from on-prem to Azure, Azure to on-prem. So how to enable workforce login? See, you are facing an issues. Okay, so if you are facing issues and what is happening in the agent, you don't know. So for that, what we have to enable verbose logging. Verbose means what? Detail in pinch to pin to pin point. It will get recorded. So only for troubleshooting purpose only we need to enable. We need to go to this directory. Okay, we need to remove this the hello date point, right? We need to remove that. Adding the, okay, we need to okay, sorry, we after you need to add these uh, lines, okay, highlighted lines. So after enable that we need to restart the sync agent services, then we can enable the verbose logging. It means detail each and every pinpoint. You just report what they will do. You have contacted Microsoft support team. They said that we are unable to see the exact issue. Okay, and we are unable to find what the issue, why data sync is not uh, making the changes. Okay, so we need some verbose logging records so that we can analyze these records. So at that time we need to provide this kind of data to them. Okay, so this is how we need to enable. So once we collect that, not only this verbose logging, the way another method what we have is, once whenever you install that this application team, okay, here we can click the errors. You might get, or otherwise you will get separate option in the application log, SQL Azure Data Sync 2.4. If you click that, you need to export that logs to the micro to give that people. It is like the wave. If you got the issue, from where we can troubleshoot it, that all we are discussing here. This portal is for Microsoft people, so ignore this. This is also like uh, Kusto log analytics. Okay, so this is how we need to analyzing healthy data sync health checker. Okay, for example, if we have any facing issue or we are doctor is also unable to find out what he will do, he will go analysis, right? He will go for the CBP, complete blood picture. So that complete blood picture we call it as a Azure Data Sync Health Checker. Okay, nobody will tell you. Okay, am going to tell you how we need to analyze the errors and how what is the where we can get how to utilize data, how to utilize these logs, how to send these log to Microsoft. Okay, now we will see the configuration. Now I will show you what is the difference. If you guys, if you ask to any apart from DB admin to configure replication, he won't do that. But if you ask any person to configure data sync, they will do that. Why? Because that much of interface, they easy interface they have given. Okay, now two groups I am creating. This is member server, member dead. These are two folders. So if you want to add database, first you want to add this database to the here. And if you add this on this on you want to add this database here. This is you are creating a folder. Okay, that we are calling it as a here sync groups. Okay, we are grouping all the databases in one group. Okay, from there we are bringing what are the tables we want here. Okay, that is the story. Just a folder. Okay, so right now what I'm having, no databases, right? So let's create two databases. Like what is the name? Khan. I will give Khan. I'll budget. I'm creating one more database. Okay, I'm creating one more database. This database is a distribution database. Okay, so but here what is the name that we are calling it as a sync? A name can be anything. Okay, next sync meta database. Name can be anything for our identification person. Okay, so whenever I see the sync meta database, okay, this is that sister database. Don't touch that. So by seeing that, I came to know, right? That's the reason I named it as a sync meta database. If you want to like name it as distributor, you can do that. No issues. Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Sure. I understand. See, we replication for and this data sync main difference is we can select the tables from the different databases and we can replicate, right? Yeah.
No, no, no. I told you in the paint itself right here. First, we are grouping the databases. Okay, in the group databases only, what are the tables that we are having from that database only, we can do that.
Okay. Okay. From grouping databases,
Yes, that grouping what we are calling here sync groups.
sync groups.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. And we can we configure this in on premises
Yes, yes. That's the reason,
between
right? I told you. So
between two
your
on-premise.
requirement is like you want to migrate your database to Azure, but you want to maintain the newly changes in on-prem as well.
Okay.
Okay. So for example, what they will do, Harsha, let's migrate to this database and we will test it. Okay, this is not the cutover. Okay, first we will first objective is we want to migrate to Azure. Okay, our data should be in Azure data. Okay, and and our application started using application, and we don't know how the application works, how the what is the user interactions it will works. We don't know that thing all. Okay, so and we for that reason, okay, once the data sync got when the new whole data migrated to the Azure, okay, we will start using this Azure database. And what are the changes new? See, when application will continue, will always updating the data, right? Those changes will be there, should be there in the on-prem database as well. Okay, for some, so for certain time, after 15 days or 1 month, they are keep on changing for any reason. Okay, this Azure is not working as we expected. Now whatever, no, 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 we are not required, we want to migrate to, we want to use on-prem database only, and that time you just change the connection string to the your on-prem SQL server. Why? Because we are having the latest data. Yes. So it's all because of requirement for, product limitations. Okay. Yeah. So I have created two databases here. I'm just going to Azure SQL and coming to networking. It's all about requirement. So why I option why? Because while configuring itself, it is very what we are doing and everything. So you just remember, you are creating a folder and you are bringing all the databases. What are the databases that you want to make participating? That group folder, that we are calling it as a sync groups. You just remember this small point, that's it. Okay, say entire data sync configuration will be very easy for you. So how many is it's just like interaction. Okay, so how many databases I'm having? Two databases, scan and sync meta database. Do you have any tables? No. Why? Because these are newly created databases. I have not done anything, one single table as well. Okay, now what is the basic prerequisite? Set allow Azure access to, yes, so it is on only, yes, then we are good. Okay, now what I will do to call this thing, uh, data sync is a Azure database level future. You just go to the publisher database, which is Khan in our case. You just come to sync to other databases. This is the data sync option. See here, see the square brackets. We are grouping these databases. Click on this. What we are doing here? We are grouping. Okay, new click on new sync group. What is the group name that you want to create? Like yeah, anything like sync group. In name can be anything. Okay, I am creating one group. Okay, so what is the sync? You need to select that one distribution database. After in on-prem, what you will do first, you will configure the distribution database, then only you are going to publish, right? So the same thing, we need to select the sync meta database. Right now I'm having in the I'm selecting this as a sync meta database. Automatic sync not required for me. See, conflict resolution, hub wins or member wins. So you need to select that. Here in case I'm selecting is hub. What is the hub database where it is serving? We have to give that. Hub database means where is my hub database research? This server only, right? Using this login, I am able to connect to my hub database. Hub database means in our case sync group, Khan database. Okay, using private link. Using private link means it is very cost. Why? Because like we need to configure point to site connectivity. Okay, click OK. Now I am done one part. I have done. I have created one folder. In folder I have mentioned the distribution database. Okay. Now you tell me, I have created any tables previously? No, right? Now if you see here in sync meta database, there could be n number of tables. N number of tables. See, do I created anything? Just and incorrected. Why? Because whenever you select this as a metadatabase, these supported tables should be get created in the backend automatically. You or I cannot do anything. If you delete anything, it will get deleted. Entire data sync group will get I mean fall. Okay. Now what you will do here, now this is done, you just refresh here, you will get sync group here. Okay, now click on that. See, I am having only one hub database here by default. Okay, now what I want to do, I want to add this database to on-prem database. My requirement is to configure on-prem, right? And down database, go to Azure. I'm I'm having only this table records. Okay, where ID is equal to 5, right? Delete from where. Yeah, so I am having only 5 records in this table, right? Okay, just keep in that man, we will see. Now I'm going, our thing is I want to add our database, so I just click on this database. Now what I want to do, I want to add my on-prem database, so click on this. Now it is saying that like sync agent, see, my machine is separate and Azure is separate, right? So we need one integration runtime. So based on that future everything in the migration part, we call it as an integration runtime. Here we calling it as a sync agent. The way of doing things is same. So I don't have an existing create agent. Download this agent. Download. Select the 64-bit. By default, most of the operating systems are 64 only. Or if you are with having SQL Server, you can sorry. If you are having 32-bit, you have to select this. Next. Agree. Next. So what it is saying, we need to give the host name. Now right click on that, type host name, copy this. What is the current username here? Lenovo only. Okay, so my current username also Lenovo. What is the password? I need to type it here for this user. Next. 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 Yes, done. So I have successfully installed data sync agent in this machine. Why? Because my SQL server is also in this machine. Okay, wherever your SQL server is there, uh, from that machine only you have to install SQL server agent. Okay, for example, if you are having n number of SQL servers in another machine, each and every machine you have to install it. Okay, now sync agent. So this is how your sync agent looks like. I'm pinning for this for now. Now what I have done? What is the agent name? Sync agent. Name can be anything. Okay. This here while grouping itself, we need to give one name, right? Just click on that. Yeah, we got this key. Just copy this key and save in the notepad for safety purpose and come here, submit agent key and copy it. Here what you need to give the credential. What is the credential? Here you can see credential used by the local agent to connect to the sync database. This wizard, this portal has to connect to your sync meta database. Where is our sync database? In our server test demo 0 site. So to that username we need to give here in case Arsha, here the password. Click test connection. Connection successful. Click OK. Yeah, it is done. Now we need to add which on which database that we want to configure. We need to configure this thing, right, Harsha? And either any system table so that I want to see. Yeah. Now I want to configure to the Harsha, right? So now I want to register this database into sync agent here. Click on register, select the Windows authentication, type here Lenovo, and here is the same HARSHA. Okay, name can be okay. You just click test connection. Test connection got succeeded. Click save. Now this database, this Harshanet database, okay, will be visible in the portal. Just wait. We need to we have it has to be display here. See, yeah. Now this database is directly linked to your to our Azure. And now you just click OK here. Now choose the gateway. Here we have sync agent. What we have? Click OK. Now select the databases, sync group name. What is that? On-prem. For identification purpose only. Okay. Now what is the database instance? Lenovo Arsha. What is the database? Bidirectional. Okay. Click OK. Click OK. Click OK. That's it. Now we are seeing one, right. After this action got completed, here we will see the two databases. That is what sync group is. We are grouping or not, right? Okay, we are first we have added our hub database. Now we have added our on-prem databases. Like this, you can add n number of database up to product limitation. Now here what I need to do, here I need click on the tables. These tables are will be from these two databases. Click on these databases right now on-prem, right? So you want to transfer from on-prem to Azure. Select on-prem, click refresh schema. Right now it got reflected. Select this database. See right now I am this database is having 15 columns. Click save. So once it is done, here we are able to see one. This is the replication monitor in Azure, but we are used to calling as a Azure Data Sync portal. Keep on refresh. Okay. See now with that one table got added here. Now click on sync. Now it got triggered in the backend. Okay, now the table schema will get copied to the hub database. In the previously I don't have any data, any tables in here, right? See, now it will get created. How can we confirm? This has to be came out, or otherwise you have to click on refresh logs. See, in this database data provision successfully in provision. Now you can see this. Now go to this database, refresh it. So sync completed. Upload 5 changes. See, table got created and respective tables also got created. Now you just come here, select top 100. In the on-prem, I'm having 5 date records. In Azure as well, I'm having 5 records. This is on-prem. This is like Azure. So both got, I mean, the configuration went correct. Okay, now I want to enter the record. Okay, I can do that. I mean to select schema records. I just want to go to this database table, right click on that, edit. I went to Slovakia to just now. I'm not sure. By default, we have 5 minutes latency, right? So click on that, and that too we have selected manual. Click on refresh. This has to get completed. Okay. Still we are having C3 only. Yeah. See, upload one. It means our change got reflected. See, previously, yeah, this is like here and right. Previously, yes, so Slovakia, right? Now, if you see here, yeah, see now here, sorry, Slovakia 2 here. Okay, yeah, here to Slovakia 2. So means the change, I mean, what are the changes that we are getting here? Okay, like we need to done. For example, if I change any database here, if I change any portal name, okay, that it will not. Now again we need to come here. Again you need to refresh the schema here. Again you need to select the columns. This will take time, for huge time, for one time. Again how we have that previously, right? So I will go to sync group. I will go to tables. I will select on-prem. Now you what are the new columns that we have selected, right? That I need to unselect it and save it. Again I need to select the new data type here. Okay, and you click save, so that the new change will know by the metadata base, so that it can be replicated to other database. Okay, see, this got this error. It means it's like predefined error. Okay, generic errors. So no need to. I have not done anything. So it is in progress. By default, it should be like that only. Okay. Now this is how we have to do that. One more thing, what I need to show you is,
Hello, Harsha.
yes, please.
Just want to know if I create one of the table in
I
Azure.
I am unable to hear your voice. Very, it is coming very slow, man. Yeah, just hold your doubts for 1 minute. Now, what I am doing here, I am importing the data, okay, to on from on to on-prem server. Now I just come here, go to text sales record. Here I am having 5 record, right? Is there? What I will do, I will here 6, 7. I just selecting 2. So I got this. Now I am just closing this window. Now I want to import that data. I will import this. Oh, sorry. That I want to. Yeah, it got affected. Okay, now what I am having, I am having 10 records. I am having in on-prem 10 records. Coming to Azure, I am having only 5 records. Why? Because it is 5 minutes delay and not yet triggered the sync groups. Okay, now I am clicking sync group here. Yes, now you can see the sync group. I mean, it means the changes will get reflected from on-prem to Azure, Azure to on-prem. based on the condition replication that what we have selected. And just refreshing the schema here. See, sync completed successfully, but uploads are 0 or downloads are 0. Again, I click one more refresh, one more refresh, one more refresh, same thing. Okay, can anybody let me know why my changes are not reflected? Okay, can anybody let me know why these records are not coming to Azure? So I'm clicking
Mm,
sync group, refreshing logs. See, upload there. If you want to cross check again, just cross check. See, still 5 records only. What about other
Windows
5 records? Yes, please.
due to Windows authentication?
No, ma'am. This is
No,
the
no.
Windows authentication. How can it support here? No,
Yeah, but okay.
we have registered, right? This Windows
Okay,
authent.
okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got it.
yeah. Any changes? See, still we have zero changes. Download changes. Still two. Any any clue? Anyone help me with that? You just try. Come with your own options. No issues. Here you will see. Can anybody help me with the reading this? Can anybody read? Can something somebody else? This is the answer. Hello.
Yeah, yeah, it does not support the bulk insert. That's what by default.
Yeah. By yes, exactly. It doesn't support bulk insert by default. To if you want to add that bulk insert support, what we need to do? We need to fire the triggers. Okay. Are we firing the triggers here? Are we
No,
firing
no,
the,
we are not
no, we are
filing that.
not firing. So we have to fire that. Okay, so I'm just opening the document. Just I need to add that option. Okay, or otherwise you just copy this. I'm just adding the five triggers option here. That's it. Now the data sync will get corrected. Now if I do that, I will get an error. Let's see what could be the error. Why? What is the error? If I click on this, what is the error that I might get? Any guess? Any guess? Simple error. You almost see that error. Why? Because how many? What are the records that I am having here? 6 to 10. These records are there in on-prem or not? Yes.
Yes, yes,
I'm having
yes, yes,
primary key,
yes,
right? So what is the error? If
yes,
I have a primary key violation. See,
yes, yes.
violation. That's it. Now what I will do? That's the reason I'm whenever I'm choose saying the practical right there, I'm keeping the same data. I'm just highlight the like 10 is there, right? Now I'm keep just 11, 12. I'm selecting these two and giving numbers. Now 15. I'm just saving the document here. Save. Close it. Now these changes will be recorded like okay, done execute. That's 5 rows will be there. Okay. Now you just go back to the sync group. Now click sync. Click refresh logs. It has to get completed, right? So it will take time. See, now uploaded 5 changes. Now if you see, now come here in the on-prem, I am having how many records? 15 records. In this thing, I will, how many records I will get in Azure now?
10, 10.
Exactly. Good guess. What about other 5 records? It won't get that. Again, what I need to do if I want to add, you need to
Uh,
uncheck this document. Okay. You have to go here. Again, uncheck this, save, again come back, select the save, click save, so that it will start again. So this is I mean to say, like, this is how you need to know your limitations and like how we need to overcome. Okay, so why I should know? But to be frank, I'm telling, I have just know in the for interview purpose or for like just knowing purpose. Okay, I just how it works, tracking changes, synchronous data is okay. That's it. Blah blah blah. That's complete. But one of the customer saying that I'm inserting the data, the table is there, but not in the Azure. He got tricketed, and we are continuously saying, yeah, data is there, but why it is not there, not there. So again we have to come here. Okay, again we have read, okay, bulk insert is not supporting. Now he's telling that I'm inserting in bulk in from Excel sheet. Okay, now he's word bulk insert, right? Okay, I just came here and I used that what he said, that bulk insert. I just type here bulk insert. Okay, sorry, bulk insert. Okay, now I came to know, okay, bulk insert doesn't fire triggers. Now I need to fire that now. So what I had done, I have just created the same demo to know that what exact error. So I have troubleshooted. See, this is how I had troubleshooted the customer issue. Then only I'm able to, I mean, now that I'm showing the same experience to you guys. Okay, now this is everyone thing. One thing, uh, everything, now you came to know how data sync works, what is bulk inserts, how bulk insert works in Azure. Okay, now you need to prepare POC document. What is mean POC document? Every time Harsha is saying that POC document, and POC means proof of concept. You need to you need to go to the every document here, open the Word document. Okay, like Azure data sync, type it, write it the entire information, like product limitation data, and you configure like schema changes like column drop, column add. Okay, data data type type change. Okay, like add one more database, add one more SQL, add one more table to sync group. Okay, you need to change like bulk inserts. You need to test each and every feature. You have to test with your real time data. Okay, and you need to make sure that like you need to take the screenshot. Like this, you have to take the each and every screenshot, and you have to win breaker the document here like this. Each and every scenario. So each and every scenario you need to experience it and you need to document. Okay, so once you document, you had a call with your client. Okay, uh, in that meeting he will mention that, okay, Harsha, what you is the data sync good, and what your POC document is saying, have you tested it with all scenarios? Yes, I have tested, and these are my document. So whenever the schema changes, this is the way I need to follow. First we need to click on the portal. When once we change the change, we need to go to the portal and we need to uncheck back and click save. Again we need to come back, we need to select change. So either alternative is there to do that. So the client will discuss each and every scenario. Then okay, now we have some limitations, but we are not under the limitations, and even though it's a limitation, we have other alternative. So we need to change that I mean, if any issue comes, I just open the POC document, he will correct it. So that is what, okay, POC stands for proof of concept. Okay, so like that you have to test, you have to prepare your own document with your data only. Okay, it's not like you need to follow this how telecom work, how tele just copy and do. Not, it's not like you can paste it, but it's the screenshot should be yours only. Okay, these portals and everything should be yours only, you with your data only. It's not like you can take my screenshot and you can use it in the POC doc. No, 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 it's not like that. Okay, it's all like testing your environment. POC nothing but. We don't know how the future will work, right? So that's the reason. So like this is how data sync works. Now I told you, right, data sync. Yeah. Now if you see event viewer, now you got an issue, you don't know how to resolve it. Now customer people that we are also unable to resolve it, you please send the event health checker logs. That is what click on application. Now we got these issues. Is this related to data sync? No, this is a like on-prem SQL server, so replication distributor, blah blah blah. So this is not our SQL data sync issues. Come here. Okay, these are the warnings. Now what I will do, right click on this, save all event as, like attach this as a log. Next, next. Okay, I don't want this. Save event all event as like now you have to send this log to the to Azure data people. So they will import then their system. They will analyze. Okay, these are the issues. These are the things that you have to do from this end. Even they've resolved. They will internalize the ticket. It's not our headache. It's their headache. Okay, so this is how you need to collect the health. Now we have one more option called data sync health checker.
Hello.
Yes, yes,
Uh,
please. Yes, please. Yes, go ahead.
Sir, just want to know कि suppose I have 10,000 record in my on premises. I have synced it to the Azure, sir.
Okay.
But yeah, I just want to add one more column, and again I need to refresh it. So in that case, sir, another the full snapshot will be from on
No, no,
premises
no,
to
no,
the
no.
Azure.
No, no, it will not take full screenshot. Okay. So it will select only the new column data. Okay. It will not,
That's it. That's
yeah,
it,
yeah,
sir.
yeah. Yep. So this is like data sync health checker. It is developed by this guy, Vitar. He's the only person who actively deal connect with all kind of issues on Azure SQL database. Okay. Click on save. Now open PowerShell. Select run as administrator. Click yes. Paste it here. What is the server name? Sync metadatabase name. What is the name? Text demo 08. What is the database? What is this username, password? You need to mention. What is the hub database name? Man, you have to like say it. Okay. Then only you like.
Lenovo, Harsha Max.
No, 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 no. Okay, okay. Hub user, hub user. Your can, right? Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah. Then member like Azure database, Azure SQL or SQL Server. Hub server name is like Lenovo. Member database name is this thing.
Harsha.
Uh, no, this is something like I have. I mean, S should be here, but I have mentioned front. Like
Okay, okay.
how I need to type, I don't know. Like Lenovo slash Lenovo. Either I can directly, we will see that. Okay, password is like 123. Okay. Now this is how I have given like health checker. Now I just click execute. Now it is testing everything. Okay.
Sir, is it testing the all verification along with the latency, all those stuff?
No, no, latency will be there, right? So it will not check latency. It will health checker.
Okay,
It
okay,
means
okay.
if you are facing any issue, for example, you see it got open. Some windows, what will happen? Okay, they don't pop up like this due to some their organization policies and everything, right? So that's the thing. It will mention that. So it has been collected. So now what is saying? It is unable to log in this username. Okay. So now what I will do? I will give only Lenovo. Again, I'm checking, clicking back. Now you got these logs. Now you can see. Now where I'm having issues. Okay, just example on hub database. So I need to check this hub. Where I am having issues in member database. So I need to check the member. In my case, it is a member. Okay, one case. Okay, see, where I am having issues, sync database. You can sync that. Okay, where I am having. See, this is a total summary. Do I have any warnings? No. Do I have any warnings for member? Yes. It is calling this login failed. Okay, this I came to know. So it means I don't have any issues here. Still, I am unable to log in this error. Okay, I will check that. Okay, no issues. So like how I need to like sir. Okay, now okay. Windows authentication integrated within the authentication. Okay, so why it is asking here is in case if you ask India authentication member user password should be here. Sorry, member password will be ignored to use Windows authentication. What I want to here, I just removing the integrated. Now I log in this Lenovo user only, right? So then there not it's a not case. Whenever I mention this username and password, it is using SQL authentication. But that Lenovo, I don't have SQL authentication, right? I'm just clicking that. So now see, now it is saying that you are having only 5% of fragmentation. Okay, you can see that everything it will come. Login fail. Okay, we will. It's true. So not only this here, you can use this portal. Okay, yeah, from your if your database is Azure, then you can use that in the portal as well. See, now I didn't get any error. It means what? If you want to use integrated authentication, you need to leave these two databases empty and you have to mention here as a true. Now, now I go to member log. See, I didn't get any error. Everything is success only. It will list everything. Okay, if you got any error, you will get to know here, and based on that you can take action. But you are unable to verify that action. Then you can just send these logs. You just zip it. You just zip it. Send to Microsoft guys. They will. It's their headache. Okay, They will analyze. Okay, after analyzing this logs con, you are having this issue. To overcome this issue, you have to go in like this. Okay, so they will send like this. So this is how data sync health checker works, and you need to use these names in your resume, and that should be bold letters. Yeah, now I have done with the today's session, and we have completed that workshop. If you have any doubts, you let me know. I am just stopping the recording here.